All the way in Cincinnati, and you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're
Before my 3K promo, now they call me a dollar. Ain't nobody call me a dollar, I get no my dollar if he buys. When I get my dollar, when I get my dollar, when I don't get see come. See, I need it for my cup. So many things you done, so many things you done. Get on the faces when you get the pictures for the sun. Don't look, I carry them go where they don't know. Make I give them this step like Popo. Originality no be Popo. Mama yami won't go. And the fight of the wars on the lodo. My polo, see me come the solo. It be like saying I don't polo. Jackals in a lie, in a ego. Oh no, they let them in my day solo. Bukata me a tip for my family, I be stolen. Like your body like
Yes, karibuni sana family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the time is on your end. Karibuni sana to yet another beautiful conversation and episode of the Africa Today show right here on the media of the 21st century, the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. My name is Joby. In case you're here for the first time, I'd love to urge you to kindly follow us or rather subscribe on whatever platform you are streaming live with us from, and also stay connected with us by downloading our app, which is very easy to find on the Google Play Store. And of course, do enjoy the shows being brought to you by the Black Hot Fire Network radio station media of the 21st century. 35 minutes past the top of the hour. I'm a little bit late, 20 minutes late, or 10, 15 minutes late. But regardless, I'm right here. And of course, thank you so much to everyone who's tuning in through Facebook, through YouTube, through Twitter. I see you. And to also everyone live with me. Also on TikTok, shout out to the Crocodile Teeth. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to Anthony Ongay. And to everyone who's also listening, maybe on Rumble and also on the show page. In case you are on the radio station, kindly remember you can pin your comments. You're on the show page, on our show page. And of course, that's through the app on your upper left on the three lines. It should take you to the show page. And of course, I'll be able to see your comments over there. And, what are your sentiments regarding what we shall be talking about, which is about, of course, what has been happening during the weekend. And something that brought me, it's literally created so much curiosity in me. And I saw a couple of you talking about it on the WhatsApp chat. And this is regarding the Donald Trump shooting. Personally, I argued with people yesterday, tried to have a back and forth conversation. I don't want to say argue, but we had a back and forth conversation, and I was trying to make them understand, like, Kyo, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because personally, I'm seeing and observing a lot that is going on in this video, and it's not making sense. But of course, that is what we shall be talking about. Donald Trump's shooting. What does this really, really mean? Because we are, or rather, America is headed towards election. Rather, I say we are. For Kenya, we did our election in 2022, and you can see the turnouts. We demand revolution, you know. But yes, America is headed towards election. That is this year. I think it is in August. I'm not sure about the date, but that is this year. Let me confirm the date. But this is this year where, of course, Trump and Joe Biden are supposed to head to the, you know, ballot papers and see who's gonna be picked for election. Let me just voice that. When is America's elections dates? 20, okay, 5th of November, sorry. Oh, I thought it was August. I don't know why I kept it in my mind it was August. Okay, so that is on Tuesday, 5th of November, the year 2024. America is expected to go for an election, and that the question that has been going on around is who's going to win. Of course, is it Donald Trump? Is it Biden? And which we have so far understood that none of them do literally, you know, it doesn't matter because they work for the same people. This they work for the same and you know, elite. The same people control the world. The same people control the puppets in Africa. So it doesn't make a difference. But this shooting, it is crazy, you know. Personally, I was observing the videos and I saw the body movement of the people, the body language of so many people there was not making sense. It looks like an act, it looks staged. Some people, of course, are saying this is a conspiracy theory. You have also your right to, you know, pin it on the comment section to let me know what you guys feel. You know, do you believe this could be a conspiracy theory staged, which is being called a conspiracy theory, or is it really staged? Because some people are calling this a conspiracy theory, but personally, I feel like this is going towards so many things, and I'll be sharing a video which shall be we shall be breaking it down slowly as we get to continue. Actually, three videos regarding that, which explains where the shooter was, where the secret agencies were. A lot is just not adding up. The body language of people, it's crazy. But yes, that is what we shall be dwelling on. Of course, regarding Donald Trump's shooting, and of course, karibuni sana to everyone who's tuning in. Shout out to Joe Mosquito, I see you, and to everyone who's just getting right here on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. Karibuni sana, and of course, do hit the like button as you join the conversation. I'm not sure if Keith is gonna be able to join us today. He is gonna be very busy this week, but of course, wishing him a good day wherever he is. If he's gonna make it in, well and good. But I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to make it in today. But we move on regardless. Before I get to start with, of course, the American politics and what is happening, I want to start with a video that was to share earlier today, and this is something that actually Iwaton was talking about today on her show, and she shared a video I did share also here last week regarding Ibrahim Traore, that is the Burkina Faso's junta. So he did talk about observing where African people should observe. Like I said, personally, I love the way he's taking his time to break down everything that is happening to African people, the changes he's making, which majority we've not seen, you know, African puppets trying to have a dialogue with people before they take or make some certain type of actions. I like Ibrahim Tareb has been trying, you know, as he takes a step forward or before he takes a step forward, he's trying to explain to people what the consequences are and what the benefits are. And shout out to him for boldly coming out. That's a video I had not had. He spoke about literally anyone who dares. I love it. Anyone who dares try interfere with the current affairs in that country. Oh, I love to see it. It's so exciting. I love it. Like, that is such an African man talking there. You know, I love to see it. It's so amazing. I wish I could find that video, but I think I'm gonna ask you what to share with me so I can watch it on my own time. But I was listening and I had him speaking boldly, and that was just so super amazing. So there's something he said also on that video where observe African puppets who are always praised by white people, their masters. Okay, and I want to share this video right here of this young man who's also questioning the same. And I kind of tend to ask African people to start also connecting the patterns and the dots this way. But I feel like globally, we're talking about where I feel like globally we are on it is a mass awakening. There's so much evil that has been running the world and ruling the world for the longest time. And the energy is just shifting naturally. It's shifting. But let me share this very quickly as we get to move on.
let's be very, very clear on something. This is Thomas Sankara, gone. This is Patrice Lumumba, gone. This is Muammar Gaddafi, gone. This is Fidel Castro. He survived about 600 attempts on his life. This is Ibrahim Traore, the new president of Burkina Faso. Between this year and last year, he survived at least 3 attempts on his life. So I'm just echoing what Samora Michelle said, which is that the West has never, ever, ever supported liberators of the global South. So let's just use a little bit of logic here. How can the West want the head of one liberator and then be shaking the hands of another so called liberator? One of those two are not actually liberators.
Exactly. That is why we go question about the sovereignty. They keep on claiming democracy. Do we really, really have it? Pan-Africanism, caring about your people. Shout out to Kagame. Oh my God. Kagame is such an actor. Deserves a trophy or an Oscar for that. Kagame is such a good actor. He can really pull it, oh my God. Shout out to Kagame. We'll be getting to that. Shout out to Kagame. What? 3 weeks of election. Last year won 99% of the votes. And today, and majority of the videos which I'll be sharing regarding that, people have confidence in him. Anyway.
So let's make this very simple. If the West isn't after your head, you are no threat to imperialism. If you are no threat to imperialism, you are not a liberator. And if you are not a liberator, you fit very comfortably in the camp of the oppressor.
Exactly. And that is, of course, they don't want liberators. They have gotten rid of the real liberators. That is the same thing I was even speaking about today when you talk about the black businesses, which they have toned down majority of them. We keep on talking about historical memories of how black communities were affected, bombed, torn down, tortured. Businesses have been snatched away. We talk about beauty businesses, which now majority of them are owned by Asians, noodle eaters. Mm. I was talking about that earlier today, talking about how in Africa we have so many opportunities, but because we have greedy people, they make it seem impossible. But not only making it seem impossible, they have ensured it is impossible. Because, I mean, so many things, there's so many things that black people have come up with, including even children. We've seen, I think it was in Zimbabwe or Zambia, where I remember Keith shared part of the story with me where we had this young guy who came up with a television that didn't need power, if I'm not sure. If I'm really, really correct, sorry. A television that came up that didn't require any power. And they got rid of this guy. They have ensured that literally the liberators, everything that is good for black people, anything that is supposed to make a change for the African people is going to go down. They've ensured all that. But maybe it's a time we make a change, because let me share this other video right here. Maybe it's a time Africans, because again, like I said, I feel like it's not just Africa, but globally, evil has been ruling us globally, because we understand we're ruled by the same people, the same power, but the energy is shifting. So let me share this video. I'm not aware of this so far, but I'll be doing much more research on it. I've not seen this so far, especially the countries mentioned. They're run by puppets. So I kind of wonder if this is really, really happening. Take a look.
A number of African countries coming out and saying we want to get our gold out of the United States. We want to repatriate our gold. South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, Nigeria.
South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon. Is this something to do with BRICS? That is the first question that came to my mind. Is this something to do with BRICS? Countries that have now accepted, to join BRICS? Because let me take a look. This is how you get answers, okay? How many countries in Africa have joined BRICS? Because we know South Africa is part of it. That is not. Mhm, mhm. South Africa. Okay, so we have, of course, we know it comprises of Brazil, Russia, that is BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, which I'm not surprised. So if it is trying to use that as an excuse, which is an excuse, not really trying to claim back gold, it's an excuse. We have Iran, we have Egypt, we have Ethiopia, and the United Arabs. And then we have Ghana. Nana Akufo-Addo can barely even try get back reparations for his own people. All he keeps on talking about is actually he just yaps about it, but never does anything about it. Oh, it's time we get this country just got loaned back its own stolen resources. Oh no, we can't give you back. We can give you back what belongs to you, but we can loan you back till a certain amount of time. And then it sounds even more psychopathic when you hear them say they have signed deals between themselves that African countries will not get back what belongs to them. Man, I pray I'm going to be here to fight this war because there's no way. There's no way. It's just the entitlement for me. But anyway, back to this video. We're just getting started. Nigeria, Tinubu, a whole corrupt leader who said he wants his wife's car with a bulletproof. He has decided and resonated with Africans for once, and he wants to return gold back to. Because this guy is trying to make this video sound positive. We should sound positive because Africa claiming back what it's something positive, but it's not. Countries that are doing this, what's the benefit?
And others trying to pull their gold out of the United States. So the gold holdings that we try to control in the United States, they're done. They want it out. They want to move it back to their home countries. This is a major move, guys, away from the US dollar hegemony controlling the entire money supply.
I'll repeat the video again. Those who are just joining.
A number of African countries coming out and saying we want to get our gold out of the United States. We want to repatriate our gold. South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, Nigeria, and others trying to pull their gold out of the United States. So the gold holdings that we try to control in the United States, they're done. They want it out. They want to move it back to their home countries. This is a major move.
To their own countries. This sounds so fishy for me. I have no full details of what is going on in those countries because so far I was maybe thinking, my eyebrows rose thinking maybe there's something to do with BRICS. And apparently we can see the African countries that have joined, which South Africa is part of it. We have Ethiopia, we have Egypt, which of course is not really the country itself. We know right now the people are in there, Ethiopia as well, but still, Nigeria, let me see. BRICS are major players in exploration. Okay. Okay, something interesting. So let's read this. All right. So Africa and the BRICS, a win-win partnership. No, it's not a win-win partnership. So let's read this. I feel like it has some details before as we get to move on. Because Nigeria, you want to tell me Tinubu is deciding to get to now? We have sewages in your. Can you deal with sewages fast? Can you create job opportunities fast before you start thinking of how you're gonna get control of resources that you've long not been able to? Can you talk about the oil in your country that has been stolen for years? How much is being made out of your country every single day? So, okay, so this one talks about BRICS because I'm trying to understand these countries that are claiming back gold, number one, how they're going to do this. Number two, have they really dealt with the problems in their country to even go and start thinking of how they can bring back petty money of how much they have stolen for over the years because of, trying to help the white man get rich? So trying to think, maybe it's about BRICS. Let's see what this is all about. So they're saying that the fifth meeting of BRICS, this was an article of July 2013. So they're saying that the fifth meeting of the BRICS countries, Brasilia, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, held in Durban, South Africa, from March 26 to 27, 2013, was seen as an opportunity for Africa to strengthen its ties with these major emerging economies. And the theme of the summit was BRICS and Africa, partnership for integration and industrialization, with the goal to unlock potential for cooperation. Underline the words, and shout out to that guy who was I shared this video earlier today. We saw him talking about understand terms, understand the terms being given to you because they are given to you by the same enemy. Partnership, Africa and BRICS partnership, which we've never had even before BRICS. Africa and all these other countries has never benefited from this term partnership. Okay, so the same partnership for integration, and industrialization, with the goal to unlock potential for cooperation between the BRICS and Africa. In fact, Africa has demonstrated huge potential in terms of economic development prospects. To who? That's the question. Abundant natural resources, growing consumer power, and favorable demographics. The emergence of BRICS as major global player has raised hope that a win-win partnership could foster the development of the continent. In recent years, the BRICS has explained their involvement in Africa and their share in foreign direct investments. Inflows and trade volume has surged rapidly. For instance, trade volume between China and Africa increased from that is $10 billion from US. Okay, let me read that again. Their share in foreign direct investments, inflows, and trade volume have surged rapidly. For instance, trade volume between China and Africa increased from US $10 billion in 2000 to $190 billion in 2012. The partnership between, how did Africa benefit? That is my question. The trade volume, listen, the trade volume between China and Africa increased from that gap to that gap I've read in 2012. So how did Africa benefit? Story for another day. The partnership between India and Africa, for instance, has significantly prompted the development of small and medium-scale enterprises of the continent. Ask me on the ground. Meanwhile, Brazil and Russia are heavily involved in the mining and energy industry in Africa through public-private partnership. There's no public. It's private, majority of the times. Majority of the times is private partnership. But the question comes in about the BRICS engagement with Africa, and they're saying that the BRICS are now Africa's largest trading partners, with trade expected to reach more than $500 billion by 2015. That was by then. Remember, I'm reading an article from 2013, with 60% from China. The BRICS are also becoming significant investors in Africa, especially in the manufacturing and service sector. Manufacturing and service sector. With respect to foreign direct investment, BRICS countries have strengthened their presence on the continent compared with traditional partners such as the US and Europe. Why Africa? But remember, they said we have potential, right? They spoke about our resources, But the question is, how did we benefit? Because I want to go back to the first graph which I read. They spoke about economic development prospects. That is what the Africa has shown potential for that. We have shown potential in abundant natural resources. We have also shown potential in growing consumer power and favorable demographics. But there has been a growth. Oh my God, this is just so crazy. Oh my God. We've been fooled. It's so crazy that for so long, when we saw China coming to Africa, everyone thought, yay. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm also learning from this and I'm shook. If you're there shook, hold on. We're together. And they're saying that, oh my God, in 2010, for example, the BRICS share in FDI, can I see FDI in full sum? That is foreign direct investments. Okay, so yeah, in 2010, for example, the BRICS share in FDI inward stock and FDI inflows to Africa reached 14% and 25% respectively. The share of BRICS countries in the total value of African greenfield projects reached 25% in 2012 compared with 19% in 2003. Trade between the BRICS and Africa rose to as much as $340 billion in 2012, 10 times higher than the value recorded in 2002. Currently, the BRICS trade more with Africa than they do amongst themselves. Now, funny thing, okay, before I even continue the rest of article, this is just interesting. And I think I'm going to read to where I'm going to get as we get to understand a few things. And then we'll get to the Trump story. this is crazy. So it was just last year, if I'm not wrong, somebody correct me. Was it last year when we had BRICS being introduced to us, right? Now officially, because now the dollar is collapsing, other countries will need to opt. Because personally, I heard of BRICS, and the majority of us discussed of, especially even here, Katie and I were discussing BRICS for the first time, trying to understand what this is all about in 2023. But 10 years ago, these people have sat down, had a meeting. Oh my God, they had agendas all planned, and we're so way behind. That's what that is just number one, which something we know Africa is behind. But oh my goodness, this money that has already been coming from the continent in the name of partnership, cooperation, resource potential. This is just so crazy, and this is just so crazy. All this debt, how are they gonna pay this? And America, I kind of wonder, with all these stolen resources, how is America in so much debt? With all this stolen wealth, it is crazy. But they're saying that the main motives of the BRICS countries' engagement in Africa is the reasons behind BRICS countries' involvement in Africa include their appetite for the continent's natural resources. Okay? Because that is what we know. Because I'm trying to go back to the video I shared, and this is why I'm reading this. I'm trying to understand, how is Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, and which other country did they mention? These are the ones I can remember. But how are these countries going to back away from not helping US benefit from the gold? How are you going to do this when we have so much corruption running this system? You barely even control your mining centers. Like, you barely control none of them. They're all Chinese owned. I don't know which companies are set here in each African country, but none of these African puppets, none of them. I don't even think they have even shares. Leave alone even control. Do they even have shares? This is so crazy. But I'm trying to connect the dots. I don't know if you guys are on the same page with me, but yes. So they're saying that the reason behind BRICS countries' involvement in Africa include the appetite for the continent's natural resources and Africa's large and untapped agricultural sector, as well as the opportunity for investment and transfer of technology and knowledge targeting the growing middle class, which is estimated to include more than 300 million people, and which we spoke about. We spoke about right now, actually, the middle class is dying. It's dying, literally being wiped out. It's like we're all catching up now. Us all, but the middle, we don't know even middle class anymore. I don't know what a middle class looks. We can't describe middle class anymore. Cause life ain't life in. You know? But wow. I'm surprised, being honest, reading this. These people are talking about 2003, 2010. How BRICS has been, god damn, getting money from the African continent. And shout out to Ramaphosa. This is why they put him back into presidency, because this guy is a good thief too. He is a good one. He's part of this. He is a good one. But again, I understand the system of South Africa. So, but shout out to him. Shout out to Robert Williams, karibu sana. Shout out to Kay Williams, welcome. Hope you guys are doing amazing and diving into the conversation. John Mosquito, also see you. You're saying that, yes, we are connecting the dots too. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, the appetite for natural resources. They're saying for many experts, the engagement of the BRICS in Africa is essentially driven by the continent's abundant natural resources. Yes, because remember they said at the beginning, the first paragraph I read, we go back, they're saying that the potential is abundant natural resources. So they're also adding that BRICS are major players in the exploitation of natural resources in many African countries, including Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Wow. Nigeria. Okay, so god damn. Sudan, Brazil, and China are the most active in exploring and exploiting gas, oil, and mineral resources in Africa. Brazil. Oh my goodness. Man, we need military. Shout out to Ibrahim Traore. I wanna go to Burkina Faso right now. I wanna go where revolution is, because this is literally oh my god. I feel flames. Literally. I feel flames. I feel lied to all my life. I feel all African people have been lied to, especially the people in the the indoctrination was worldwide for Black people especially. But again, this was so deep. This is so deep. And we had, when BRICS was, because I'm again going back to the fact that BRICS was officially introduced to majority of us. Maybe it's our generation, the Gen Zs, but majority of us learned about BRICS last year. And this even when we had, shout out to Katie, she had people on her shows back and forth who she was arguing with. Those who are saying BRICS is a good thing, BRICS is the way to go. But now you look at the evil you're learning. No. You don't want to be told, do research. Man, do your own research. Don't be told, do your own research. If you feel the information I'm giving is not true, do your own research, okay? Don't dwell on it. But this is just so much evil. Oh my God. It's been years. So basically, let's say since 2000, right? Because, yeah, it's since literally, even maybe way before. Because, yeah, China, no, that was China. Oh my goodness, it doesn't make a difference because China is also a part of BRICS since 2000s, and maybe way before that. Why people deserve some beating, and I tell you, some beating, some good beating. That's what I mean. Some good beating. But they're saying that the engagement, let me read that again. The engagement of BRICS countries in the African agriculture sector is motivated by the fact that the countries would need to promote their experiences in terms of agricultural development as ways to unlock the continent's potential. Okay, went fast. That is the agricultural sector. I was on the natural resources, sorry. So we've seen countries that have been exploited include Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, of course, Sudan, and they also add Brazil and China are the most active in exploiting and exploring gas, oil, and mineral resources in Africa. The presence of these major global players in the natural resources sector has brought large investments in various infrastructure projects in recent years to the continent. However, natural resources do not represent the main BRICS investments in Africa. According to the United Nations Conference, however, natural resources do not represent the main BRICS investment in Africa. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, 75% of the value of BRICS FDI projects in Africa between 2003 to 2012 are in manufacturing and services. Only 10% and 26% of the number and the value of projects respectively are in natural resources and agricultural sector. Going to the agricultural sector, they're saying that the agricultural sector is vital for African economies and is hoped that it will continue to be the engine of economic growth for the continent, of course, which is true. And the engagement of BRICS countries in African agricultural sector is motivated by the fact that these countries would need to promote their experiences in terms of agricultural development as ways to unlock the continent's potential. Brazil, which is a leading global player in trading agricultural commodities, can be a model for all African countries regarding agricultural development and can assist African countries in enhancing agricultural productivity and reducing the impact of food insecurity. The success of the Brazilian agricultural model is mainly due to the vertical integration of the sector and the strong support of the state and high levels of the mechanization. Fostering agriculture in Africa will be a major development tool to eradicate poverty and hunger over the long term. In the context, sharing the experience of the BRICS would boost Africa's agricultural productivity, but instead, they exploit. Instead, Brazil is part of actually among the countries exploiting. But should make sense, which does make a whole lot of sense because Brazil, majority of Black people, so they don't live. Okay, so talk about who's in power. That is why we go back. Who controls the country? Who runs what? But hey, the article, yeah, I'm closer to winding up. So this one says they're talking about seeking devastation and new markets, and they're saying besides the huge potential offered by the African primary sector, the BRICS are attracted by the benefits of diversification of African economies as well as possibility to enter into a large untapped market of 1 billion African consumers. Over the years, the BRICS countries have accumulated large amounts of reserves which have been invested mainly in the developed world. Where's the lie? The persistence of the global financial crisis, which has hit developed countries particularly hard, is motivating the BRICS to shift a portion of their investments towards other emerging destinations in order to maximize returns while reducing risks. Hence, Africa may offer BRICS the opportunity to diversity towards new frontier markets. Moreover, investments in Africa implies access to 1 billion consumer market with its growing middle class. In recent years, the sectors such as telecommunication, financial services, and retail have recorded high rates of growth in most African countries due to high demand by African middle class. And implication for Africans, they're saying that the strategic interest of BRICS in Africa will strengthen the position of South Africa as a leading region power and a gateway for other BRICS countries to the African market. Yeah, because South Africa is a big gateway. Let's agree to that. And that's just, this article just actually gave me answers that I was looking for, literally. I got all the answers right here. So I don't know what that guy is talking about, because you should dig deeper. Maybe I'm judging him because I didn't see all of his video. He's always speaking facts. But talking about Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa, claiming gold back from South Africa sounds like some crazy ass shit, and pardon my French, knowing that you've not even dealt with any mining companies in your country that you don't control. It sounds so crazy to me, so fishy. So I'm not buying that. So Tinubu, you are Tinibud. You have been boomed, I've found the truth. But anyway, there's the strategic interest of the BRICS in Africa. Let me wind up on this one. The strategic interest of the BRICS in Africa will strengthen the position of South Africa as a leading regional power and a gateway for other BRICS countries to the African market. As the BRICS are consolidating their positions in Africa through massive investments, this seems to create a new source of development funding for the continent. But we've gotten some facts out of that. BRICS is not here to help African countries. So if we see African countries joining this, which I think secretively we can see they already did, because DRC is being exploited by BRICS. Sudan, oh my God. I forget it's just the same thing and the same people, just different names. I should understand that. The same people, different organizations they come up with, different names, but it's the same shit. It's crazy and mind-blowing. That I learned something there today, being honest. That I learned something about BRICS and their existence in the African continent today. K. Williams, karibu sana once again. He says, everybody out here trying to survive, there will be no middle class soon. Man, it's becoming crazy. People literally are on a survival mode. Majority of the people in the world are on a survival mode. Especially I feel like Africa will way kinda, I don't want to say Africans just globally, but everyone is in a survival mode. But the shit is literally so deep in Africa because school fees, which we spoke about earlier today on my show, school fees, you have no job, make it worse. You have poor leadership, it's crazy. It's crazy. Healthcare systems are not really working. It's insane. Everyone is living on a survival mode, and that has to be called out. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we've been living under so much evil, and it has to be called out. It has to go. The energy shift has to happen so quick, but it's happening. And that's what C.K. Williams says. So, Joby, now that you learned the real world, how do you feel about it? Man, mad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel mad. I feel happy being able to understand things, being honest, being able to break everything down makes me so happy. Being able to connect the dots so quick makes me so happy. It really makes me so happy. You have no idea. Being able to understand things, not the way the biggest percentage of the world views it, and only the smallest percentage of those who are waking up, and the number, of course, is rising every day. but it makes me feel happy. That's a good question. That's a good question. It makes me feel happy. Um, I'm blessed to be in this space of also learning because through Black Hot Fire, I've learned a lot. I've really learned a lot, a whole lot. Yeah, and shout out to all our fans. That's why we keep on telling you guys download the app so you can learn too. Because I've really learned a lot. It makes me feel proud of myself. It makes me feel proud of my history as an African person. It makes me feel proud of being part of wanting to make a change. It makes me feel proud of actually not just talking about it, but seeing it actually happening, like what has been happening in Kenya. It makes me feel so happy, very very happy. But sometimes it really messes up my head. I'm not gonna lie. I say that earlier today. Sometimes it messes up my head because I get mad. You want to do something about it so quick. You just don't want to talk about it. You want to fight. You want to beat the shit out of those you're talking about. It's a mixture of emotion. That is what I'll say. But it's a good feeling too. Thank you for asking though. And I also see Kay Williams says I've come a long way. That's true. I'm really glad too. I'm proud of me. And I also see you saying, so Juby, you gave up on the fake white Jesus, man. I had to. I really had to, but I'd already started to. Personally, I never used to be a church person. Never used to be a church person. I just had to do whatever I had to do because of the bishop. You're living under the bishop's house. So the question is, are you the one paying rent or is it me? You know? So once you're told that, you gotta obey. You gotta obey and do what's necessary. But shout out to Cages Williams as well. And Sankin One Karibu Sana. And you guys are doing amazing. Shout out to
What makes you feel proud, Joby?
everything. You.
What makes you feel proud? I came in the last. What makes you feel proud?
Karibu Sana, number
So,
one.
yeah, Santi Sana. Shit. really, really good.
Welcome. I didn't think you're gonna come on this show
I
today.
didn't think I either. I got an hour before I gotta do my slave work. We all night long. I said that's why I caught the end of it. I just woke up. Let me go ahead and I'm getting ready to go be I'm getting ready to go be a slave. So so
Karibu Sana. It's just I was just we were having a conversation here, and I was just going through the comments. K. Williams
all
asked
right.
me an interesting question. He asked me, now that I know about the real world, how do I feel about it? And I was saying it's a mixture of emotions, knowing everything, but the biggest percentage of it is I'm proud of being able to know everything instantly that is happening. I don't no longer fit in the narrative that they push. I am able to connect the dots. I'm able to just break everything down. That also makes me very very happy, being able to just like what I've learned right here. It just makes me happy being able to understand things every day. And at the same time, it messes me up. Sometimes I get emotional. It's a mixture of emotions. You get angry, you get
Well,
excited.
of
Yeah.
course, because as African people global, we've been put on the bottom. Then we're born in a system. We don't understand how we poor, and then the hate. Not only with the poverty, we get the hate. Like what African people have never done nothing to nobody. Why we always get the hate? Why does everybody hate us? That was
Mm,
my thing. That was my main thing growing up. I said, why does everybody hate us? I don't understand. When African people love everybody, we nice, we kind. What's with the hate? So it's only till I understood who the fuck I was really dealing with, who they are. I said, okay, that's the hate. The hate is a form of jealousy and a form of not being able to relate to our frequency because we're dealing with a whole savage animal, and it's just
mm,
like wow, So like someone was saying, like Big Chief was saying Saturday night on the show about how it's easier to be a coon and a bootlick in their system because it's a white supremacist system. You'll get
eh,
benefits being a coon. Like you get benefits. Like when I let me show that video that what's the name said in Kenya about that they already came with the bugs and instinctively you know it's not healthy to eat bugs, but you on they don't care. Hey, the top scientists say Kenyans, let's all Africa, let's all eat bugs and shit. Let's see all these
yeah.
bugs and shit. We eat the bugs. You know instinctively that that's fucked up. You know that. No way
Eritrea
you
is
know. I understand you might not know the damages of it, but you know it's fucked up telling people to eat bugs. You know, but you could, but you'll do
we
it anyway. Go ahead,
yeah,
Joe.
we spoke about it. We are we're almost an hour. You know, you came in an hour. We're now like already gone. But we're talking about. You
Calm
said a couple.
down, Joey. I'm just
It's
waking up.
okay.
Calm down.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just telling you. But yeah, we were talking about that, and I was sharing a video which was talking about Africans having liberators, and shout out to the guy who was talking about if you look at people like Ramaphosa, Kenyatta, Ruto, they are called liberators, but the real liberators were killed. Patrice Lumumba,
You know, yeah,
Thomas
yeah,
Sankara.
yeah, they were never liberators. They were all fraudulent fakers. Yeah, they were never there to liberate any African country. That's why they're millionaires. Go look at the bank account. You see, Africans are probably like, how did these people become rich? They didn't invent shit. They didn't manufacture shit. They don't own a big stretch of agricultural land until they got from the white man. They got that now, but they were all poor. And so they liberate what? You never see no liberate. That's the white man media. These are liberators. They're not. How they liberators? And you get the same poverty. White people controlled everything. What are you liberating anything from?
Mm-hmm. It's that's true, and we also spoke. I want to ask a question before we get into, of course, we get into the second hour, and I want to talk and share the videos about Trump, and
Trump.
I'm very, very excited to get into that conversation. But for how long have you known BRICS have existed in Africa and have been exploiting natural resources? Because I was saying it was just last
Well,
year from
understand. I don't.
BRICS.
I don't trust it because Brits was started by the same cats with the small hats. Go look at the
It's
beginning.
okay.
The Grits was taught. Say Goldman Sachs, who was a small hat organization
My
in
question,
Wall Street.
my
In Wall
question.
Street, on
My
Wall Street. So go look. So go look up. Say Goldman, Gold, men is MAN Sachs SACH. Goldman Sachs creates bricks. They created how the same small hats. You talking about you getting away from the small hat system of the dollar and the Federal Reserve and IMF, and it's the same people that create bricks. The same people. So I think we're looking like kabuki theater. So what happens is after those
lies.
cats get go ahead. What happened?
They're such lies. So okay, I don't want to get to the whole conversation again. I've spoken about this. We've debated about this. So I don't want to go back to the whole thing since we just caught up. But I was reading an article which was, of course, revealing the truth and facts about BRICS, their agenda in Africa, how many countries in Africa
It's
are
the
involved.
same. It's the same agenda as the IMF. All they did was realize that they had already drained America. Remember, America was their first project. Once they what they do, they drain a country dry. They come and take it over like they took over America. They drain it dry, and then they move on. But as they drain that country dry, they start to set their new empire, which is BRICS. If you put it up, you're gonna see Goldman Sachs, Joby, Wall Street created BRICS. You're gonna see
Yeah,
that.
I've seen it, but I'm asking you, for how long have you known? That's my question. For how long have you known BRICS has been in Africa exploiting resources?
About probably about 10 years now. Probably about 10 years have been in Africa exploiting
More than
resources
10
because it was,
years.
huh?
It's been more than 10 years.
It might have been more than 10 years. They only created like 2011, so I'm gonna say about 2014 to
Mm-mm,
2024 now. So I'm gonna say about 11 years, something like that. But
mm-mm.
all it is another. It's it's the way to move as they destroy America. America's a waning empire. As they destroy America, they will set up their new empire to still what? Smash and grab and smash Africa and call it something new. When it's nothing but smoke and mirrors. It's a lie. So, oh, we're gonna go with bricks. And Africa, yeah, we're gonna go with bricks. But did you do the research? Who started bricks? Oh, it's the same motherfuckers who control the IMF.
I don't believe it was created or launched in 2010 or 2011. None of that. It has happened in the early 2000s or either
Well,
in
they,
the late 1990s. There,
well, they talked about it in the 2000s, Joby. I don't know when it was launched. They talked about it. They talked about they wanted to do this
talked about it
because
and they activated it. They started exploiting resources. They started stealing through South
Uh,
Africa. Shout out
all
to
right, Joby, I don't
man.
know, Joby, I don't know what day to start. I just know they created bricks because they're gonna drink. Because America's gonna be a falling empire because they came in and put all the debt on America. So once we destroy America, because they don't have no allegiance in the country, they sit outside of countries. These are the bankers. They don't have any allegiance. They say I'm an American. No, they said we're as they call them the globalists. We run the globe. So as we destroy America and drain of its resources, we'll just that when America dies, we have a new empire already created through bricks in China. That's why you see I said it's a big small hat population moving into China. Just look at Shanghai. Why all these small hats in Shanghai? Because that's the new empire. You see, all that wicked shit they want to do to the world, they already started doing it in China. The credit schemes, the locking down everybody, the surveillance, all that shit. All that wicked shit they want to do to the world, they started it in China first because they created China. The communists, all that communism shit was started by them. That's why they want to get Russia back. Because remember that communism shit in Russia, when Russia was the USSR, that was a small hat operation. That was the Jays. That was the Jays operation. When they came in and killed the king of Russia, the Jays did that. The Jays went in and killed the damn king of Russia, the Romanov family, murdered the whole Romanov family, and led to. So when Africans believe, oh, it was the Russians, the USSR was helping you. No, they were not helping you. You know who ran? Do you know who ran the fucking USSR? Same people ran America. You can look this up, Joby. Look this up. Say communism was actually started in New York, Wall Street. The funding of communism actually started in Wall Street, New York. So the idea that the Russians were an enemy to America, that's what they showed the people. Say communism was funded in New York. They funded the overthrow the Tsar of Russia through the Rothschilds and J.P. Morgan. Or they say the overthrow of Russia through American Zionism. She started because they're gonna try to start hiding that shit because too many of you guys trying to know where to look. So Google as a search engine is not gonna search out the truth. It's gonna take it some lie. They started that shit here in America. And even the Nazi party, oh, the Nazis, the German, they even started the Nazi party here in America. All they wicked schemes and scams. Oh, Hitler was wicked, Joby. They don't tell you that they started that shit here in America.
Yeah, they're saying that
Yeah, go ahead.
communist parties that conformed to the sovereign line were founded in the same fashion. And let me read
Yeah, and
this.
export. It was exported because they controlled it. That's why you think communism started in China. No, China was dirt poor. They go in and they fund their people, Joby. They fund an army, set it up. Said it's going to be the governmenting system, which is communism. And oh, they fighting the communists are fighting the imperialists, Joby. When it's the imperialists that created the communists.
Isn't the Chinese economy right now collapsing?
It's not collapsing completely. It's doing better. It's doing worse than they thought. That's the problem. So that's why they can't jump ship with America because they exactly. It's on the verge. It can collapse. It's fragile. So that's where they fucked up. Like, oh man, because remember they supposed to bankrupt America and send it over the cliff because they never wanted America to come back later on and understand who collapsed them instead of power to come after their ass. So they needed to collapse America completely and have China as the number one power. But too many people woken up, and China's not as as on solid ground as they want it to be. You know, and a lot of the Chinese are waking up too. They say, "Hey, this communism thing was started by these Jewish cats, and we got these Jews." But no, they're made to shut up, or they unalive.
Okay. Shout to
So
Sister
it's
Zenobia. Shout to DJ Flani. Karibu Sana. I say DJ. Shout out to you, man. English in Akupita. Catch up with Keith. Catch up. You know, or or put Google translation.
Yeah.
He's saying your English is
K Williams
escaping.
got
He can't
English.
hear you.
What
But
now?
anyway,
What?
it's DJ Flan who's
Who
saying
can't hear me? Who you talking about?
your your English is escaping his ear. He can't get a word you're saying.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I know. You got the Kenyan English and it's escaping you. Just listen to me slowly and try to break down what I'm saying. Or have Joby repeat it what I'm saying because I know the accent. Some people like I understand everybody's accent. Like Americans can understand Kenyan accent. I understand what Joby's saying. I can understand. I understand it clearly. But a lot of people, I've been able, as long as they speak English, only accent I can understand when it's English is a lot of that Jamaican shit. Like what? That
Don't
English is so bad. I don't know
do
what
not
the fuck they saying.
do
and
not.
and them and Indian English, those East Indians, when they speak English, I'm like, man, I don't know what the hell they saying. They could they
Do
could be
not
saying,
try.
man, they could be telling me to suck their dick. I don't even know. Like what?
Damn. But anyway, family, we were just okay, It just came in. Come on, can you? But we continue. So we want to get to the main conversation, which is Donald Trump, and man, this is something that since
I know.
yesterday, like I said, we've been having back and
I know
forth
Dan. I
conversation.
know Dan. They've all been who do you think is the Leaf family? I don't. Yeah, you know the history. I know the history that the Jays. I knew that they set up
Pete,
China. They ones that got rid of the
Pete,
last emperor.
no, I
Yeah.
disagree. I disagree. You just cutting me off like that when I'm talking. I disagree. I disagree.
I'm trying to wrap it up, Joe. You going to Donald Trump? I'm trying to wrap up the last conversation we were talking about. Trying to ask Dan's question that they were always there. Yeah, they overthrew the last emperor of China. They've always said that they were behind the opium drug trade, putting the Chinese all on drugs. So yeah, they did every wicked thing we thought of the planet has been them. Every wicked shit on this planet, they've had a hand. They were the ones behind the scenes. Slavery, it's them. Got them owning all the plantations, is them. Owning all the banks, is them. Owning all the things of mass communications, it's them. Owning all social media, it's them. They want to gaslight you. Oh, you're anti-Semitic. If you say that, motherfucker, either you own it or you don't. We got to play crazy talk. We go ahead. So this goes to the Trump thing. I'm dubious about Trump's because obviously they want if they want him dead. I don't even know what to make of Trump's attempted assassination because we know the Secret Service is not supposed to have anybody up on any of those rules. If you're a Secret Service, you're going to make sure you lock down every facility, house with a roof around that engagement, around that rally. So that's one mistake. So that's suspicious on its end. Everybody knows that. Everybody's calling out the Secret Service. How could you? And then people had already called in and said they seen a man, a white man, of course, going up there with a weapon up to the roof. They called it into the police and the
Mm-hmm,
Secret Service, and no one did anything about it.
mm-hmm.
So, uh, so I'm like, were they trying to kill him? Most likely they might have been maybe, but he supports all this small hat shit, all this J. He talking about they should go and kill the rest of the damn people in Gaza. He said we should go in and kill everybody in Gaza, get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Because his daughters are Jews, his grandkids are Jewish, are
So,
Jays. Go ahead,
according
Joey.
to me, I really observed the video. I watched that video like 20 times, or rather, the whole day yesterday. That was the story I was having yesterday. The whole day arguing with people back and forth, telling them to try read the body language of people, which of course we're gonna see from majority of. I have three videos set aside. This first one is this Indian lady here who sometimes she does break some facts, but here she speaks about, of course, the criticism that are coming from online, or the feedback, the response from the people, which of course most of the people are saying the staged whole term, which, like you said, you don't believe, you don't know how to term about it, whether it is staged or if it's a real assassination.
Exactly. Because
So,
everything is always so staged and so fake. Because you just
but
don't
there is a lot, like I said, from that video to observe, because Hey, there's a lot to observe, which I'm gonna talk about as we address. There's a lot to observe here, and Trump is just a whole good actor. I don't know if this is true, but Trump makes a also good, very actor like Kagame. Deserves an Oscar. They can pull up a whole, a whole a game. But also, just as we get to continue, as I start this video, I also feel like this is going, which she's gonna mention, and I also thought about it. They could be try, since you guys are heading to an election, or either whoever is going to take in or be chosen as the president, bring back again the law gun control thing, because it's
That's not going to never. It's never going to be any gun control in America. They know they know the Jays have been trying that forever in America. They're not. This white man's not going to allow them to get their weapons because they're just not going to allow it. That's the culture of America is armed to the teeth. You're not going to change that culture, and just because they try to shoot Donald Trump and it could be a scam. The people who who back Donald Trump are not giving up their weapons. They'll tell you you better go and suck your own dick before that happens. So this
let me
country, yeah, this
How
country
will
is
this
built.
impact
This
the upcoming
good.
election?
sorry, Kate, gone.
Oh, I said this culture in America, Joby, it's gun culture. It's based on gun culture because of how they stole. Okay, Joe, you got to go back and understand American history. How they stole this land from the people that were here through the gun by blowing people's heads off and massacred. They were
Yeah,
they used to walk into America and say, "Hey, can we have your land? Can we come and just steal all your shit and you be okay with it?"
they went.
No. They came in and massacred. Yeah, Joey, they still America became a country that came in and robbed like white people always do. They came in robbing, stealing, and committing genocide. That's the
I remember
culture.
because I remember, I think it was the 1688 story I was giving. The 18 or 1680. I'm not sure. One of the dates. I'm trying to
It could be
imagine.
either one because that's when they got in the 1600s. So they've been
Yeah,
massacred and killing ever since.
they went torturing and murdering a black community, and they were even hanging their heads on the river streams and all that.
Hmm.
If you can remember, I did
Yeah,
speak about that. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy, but
But
the gun
that's
culture is getting out of hand. Not in this
yeah, but
case, it always has been. Not in the case of
yeah.
just Donald Trump, that we should now sit down and talk about how the gun culture has been getting out of hands. Because from this video, and I'm not sure about the fact, she's going to talk about the number of deaths that are literally because of gun. Every day, 180 people are killed in America every day through guns. Every day.
Every day, and they're like, "So what? So what? You're not gonna take our guns. So what? That's right. You blow motherfuckers'
America
heads
is
off. So
such a
what?
culture. I'm so sorry.
You
I'm not
you
staying
you
in such a
you
culture.
you and your indignation. We don't give a shit. That's right. Be free. They telling you that's right. And blow people's heads off here. We're not gonna
That's
stop it.
the
Yeah,
type of
and yeah, that was
bullying.
about jibber jab. I'm glad. I'm glad we didn't find you up there, Jibber Jack, at that rally. That's your neck of the woods with them crazy crackers. That's your neck of the woods up there. Yes,
Uh,
Saturday. I'm glad we didn't find you at that. That we didn't find you at that Trump rally, Jibber Jabber.
I can't
Anyway,
live with that.
anyway,
I can't live with the gun sounds. But let me share this video as we get to continue, family.
In November. Also, look at the conspiracy theories doing the rounds on social media. We'll cover all of it. In China, the Communist Party meets as the economy faces challenges. Why is Pakistan trying to ban Imran Khan's party? Why was this weekend so deadly for Gaza? And can gratitude help you live longer? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. A summit, but the Russian deputy speaker last it's been option of travels Bangladesh since the country is at a cat with group.
Let me get my shoes.
It all unfolded in a flash. Donald Trump was shot at during a rally in Pennsylvania.
and
About
also
6 minutes
pause that
before
for
the
a second,
speech,
Joe.
there was a
Pause that for a
series
second.
of
You
popping
pause it.
sounds.
And this is copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is why we're using it. So this is for educational purposes only. You also have the one that they said that JFK Jr., John F. Kennedy's son, who didn't really die in the airplane crash, was sitting right behind. If you guys look, you guys will see John F. Kennedy Jr. playing another role, sitting right behind Trump in the audience as he gets shot. So I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I can't make heads or tails of it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had enough. I ain't had enough time. See, immediately I knew 9/11 was a conspiracy. I knew that immediately. This shit here, it's gonna take me time to to draw a real conclusion, so I don't come out sounding like a nut. Go ahead, Joe.
Sounds. These were gunshots. It was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, the former president of the United States of America. As many as 8 shots were fired. 1 bullet grazed Donald Trump. It was a very narrow escape for him. Take a look at this.
Hold that in your head, it's bloody. So we gotta move to the bus. Move to the bus. Let me get my shoes. Okay, what's out? Wait.
When I seen that Saturday night, I was thinking Jibba Jabba might have been the shooter. but then I seen Jibba inside my chat room. I said, okay, all's good. You see anybody scared? They didn't run away, Joey. Shot. You see anybody scared in the back? They're like, USA, Donald Trump, God damn it, Donald Trump. That's gun culture, Joey. That's gun culture.
Okay, that's the gun culture, but still, Keith, you went on a political rally. You're not expecting any sort of violence to emerge out of nowhere.
If it happens, it happens, Joby. Yeah, I'm not giving up my weapon. If I say USA, yes, right, you almost blew Trump's head off. USA, we're here. And we're gonna go back and get our weapons too, god damn it.
There was a whole lot of I disagree. I disagree with the fact that, especially you telling me that's a gun culture, that we had 3 straight gunshots and there's this man standing like a nerd, not shaking or moving, and there's someone at the back smiling for no goddamn reason, and the other one is just like 3-4 people there. The body language was just not giving. It was just not. It was not making any sense. There's no. You have 1, 2, 3 gunshots. You don't even duck him. You just stand him.
He ducked. He didn't know what was happening yet. Then he heard it. Then he ducked. How you know it's a gunshot? How you know it's a gunshot? How you know it's not a firecracker in the beginning, Joby? Firecracker sounds like a gunshot. How do I know what the hell it is? Could have been a loud boom. I don't know it's a gunshot.
Let me share the video as you continue.
It's an extremely powerful image.
Very.
And he got his hand. He said, yeah, they tried to kill me, Joby, but look at my old ass. Yeah.
This Fear Factory guy. Fear Factor guy. You all watched Fear Factor? Did you watch Fear Factor?
Of course, Joey. Of course, Joey. We all watched that about 25 years ago. Yeah. Fear Factor. Eating that new thing. They make him eat all kind of weird ass bugs and shit.
Yeah, this is where the bug eating came from, probably.
Far-reaching fallout. It threatens to upend the US presidential election, and it exposes the rot in American democracy. We'll discuss all of it tonight, from what exactly happened to who the attacker was and how he managed.
We don't have any democracy. Talking about it erodes US democracy. Lady, there's no democracy here. It's a scam. It's like the rest of the world.
Give it time. Give it time.
Hey Joby, what would Chuck Norris do?
I don't know. Chuck Norris would tell you to eat something to grow older, grow better. That is what he's doing right now, advertising how to grow old.
A lot of questions remain unanswered. Here's what the investigators have managed to piece together so far, starting with the identity of the attacker, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was the one who fired the shots.
The deranged white guy.
Some spectators saw him outside. They say that he was behaving in a strange manner, so they
tell security officials. How to get the gun up there? How to get exactly? Listen, any detail you can't get a weapon nowhere around there. So obviously this is an attempt that was sanctioned by somebody, because any kind of rally, presidential rally, you can't come in goddamn 500-700 yards of any weapon around it. That's already locked down. Just like Uncircled one said, the windows, how everything's locked down before they start the rally. Secret Service comes in there, says there's no beyond this point, because they're talking about the point of sight where they're going to see any shots can be fired at the president speaking. That's going to be closed off. They're going to have snipers on the roof, and they're going to have everything close. So the odds that you get any weapon close to a rally like that is dubious at best. So obviously this response. So we know this was allowed to happen. Now, was it allowed to happen to make Trump like he's fighting and they make him more popular, or were they really trying to kill him? These are the only two conclusions. When you use logic, because we know this, if we use logic, we come to this split in the road.
Mm-hmm.
We know that this was a setup. So we know that. So was it a setup to really take him out, or was it a setup to make him look better? That's where I don't know. I haven't come up with a conclusion yet. But we know that this was allowed to happen. It was orchestrated. We do know that.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I feel like that is a question right now everyone asks, including myself. As much as I'm saying, I feel like this is staged and planned. We still don't know if this is.
Yeah, it was staged and planned. That's different. That's a different thing. But was it staged and planned to kill him, or was it staged and planned to pretend like it was supposed to kill him?
To favor him on election, because
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, to make him look like a hero with his hand, just like a second one said. This is our Trump already knew. That's why he raised his hand. Yeah, look at me, I'm the president, my power. Like, yeah, white people love shit like that, Joby.
Mm-hmm.
White people love white power. Look at Trump going away in victory and shaking his hand at the no good terrorists. Yeah, I'm Trump, motherfucker. So that puts that image, that's propaganda. So still can't speculate. So we know one thing we do know, that this was a setup. But was it set up to help Trump, or was it set up to kill him? That's where I haven't made my conclusion. But we do know there couldn't have been any sniper allowed to get that close. So we do know this was staged. We do know that. Our conclusions are right about this being a staged event. But was it staged to blow his head off? Or was it staged to make him look good? Because white people are savages, Joe, but they love this kind of shit. Yeah, my president. I'm gonna go ahead and vote. He's strong, standing up there in front of gunfires. Goddamn right, he's Trump.
With Trump, and I was even saying that before the starting of the show. I was saying Trump really looks like an animal. Like this guy, just apart from what people see, like he really looks like, oh my God, something just.
What's my point, Sonova? Really, my point is, Sonova, we know it's staged. You understand? You got to go where logic takes you. Leave your emotions out of it. Go with logic. We know as the Secret Service sets up for every rally, Sonova, all angles of assassination are cut off. So how was this gentleman, whoever, like Joby said, like she said, everybody said he looked suspicious, and they called it in, and he wasn't taken down. So that right there, we know it was set up. We just don't know what was it set up for. Was it set up to really kill him? Is this real, or was this staged to make him look better amongst his white population that's going to vote for him? That's where we're not. That's where I can't draw a conclusion yet, because I don't got enough information yet. But I do know this was allowed to happen. Okay, whether it was allowed to happen to kill him, allowed to happen to make him look good, I don't have that. I can't draw that conclusion yet. But I know was this staged? Yes, it was staged. It was either staged to blow his head off, or it staged to make him look good. But we do know it was staged, because all the evidence shows that. Because you would never get that close to any president in a rally. That would be locked, all sites of fire. I'm in the military. I used to be in the military, done all the security. All sites of fire would be locked down. Okay? And these are Secret Service. This is their job, So they would they have a certain protocol that they follow. They have protocol to make sure no one so they just every time there's a rally, they got to adhere to certain protocol, and that's lines of sight to shoot and kill his ass. That's got to be locked down. They do that before the rally starts. They say these are areas of interest that we got locked down. Okay, this is the site of fire, this is the site of fire, site of fire. And they lock all that down before it gets started, where the place is concealed. Okay, that's what they do. So no one's gonna get that close. Walking some, especially some goofy cracker walking around with a weapon. Doom da doom da doom. I'm just walking in here, doo doo doo, climbing up on shit, doo 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 doo, and nobody notices him. And the regular people notice his ass, and the Secret Service does it. No, this is set up. And then they calling everybody, and nobody's responding to them. Say, hey, there's some weird looking dude with a gun around here. Oh, don't worry about it. So we know this was obviously allowed to happen. We just don't know was it allowed to happen to blow his fucking head off, or allowed to happen to make him look bigger and better than he is. White people love heroes, Zenobia. They're savage. They love this. Yeah, you understand who they are. They love gun culture. That's why you have all these white people all in. You try to kill my truck, you come against me. Yeah, all crazy online. You try to kill my Trump. Like this makes Trump like this makes Trump into Jesus for these cracks. Yeah, you try to kill my Trump. This is Jesus. God damn it. So you understand the psychology they doing. So go ahead, Joey.
Okay.
To him, he opened fire on Donald Trump. He was stationed at a nearby building, less than 450 feet away from Trump. The attacker
Exactly.
was at an elevation, so he had a clear line of sight to Trump.
Clear line of sight. Exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Pause. Like I told you, they locked down the clear. I never seen this video. I told you they locked down the clear lines of sight. Like I said, you lock down the clear lines of sight. That's your first protocol when you go before the rally starts. They say, okay, this is where the podium's going to be. Where are the clear lines of sight? And they lock all that down. That's regular protocol. So we know this was allowed to happen. But go ahead, Joby.
Okay.
Just moments before the attack.
So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
See, exactly. They were pointing at him.
A rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle.
Yeah, so they saw him.
We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle.
Crooks, the shooter, was using an AR-15 rifle. It's a semi-automatic weapon. This gun is quite popular in America. It can fire multiple shots in quick succession.
It does, and that's why it is popular. That's why I got one.
Complete mayhem at the venue. Secret Service officers rushed to the stage to protect Donald Trump. As you would know, Secret Service is the agency that is tasked with protecting American leaders. So they moved in quickly to shield the former president. But one spectator was killed, in all likelihood by one of the 8 bullets that were fired. 2 other people were injured as Trump supporters ran for cover during the attack.
I'm at the Trump rally and somebody just started shooting. What just happened? Oh my God.
I don't know. I saw him standing after when the cheering was going on. Well, he was up. He was standing. Oh, okay. That was like 5 shots, bro.
Moments after the attack, the Secret Service spotted the attacker. Let me show you the pictures now. That's a team of snipers. They're part of the Secret Service. The snipers were facing the attacker. They shot
exactly right, Cassius.
And all of this happened within seconds. But it could have been a lot worse. The investigators found bomb-making materials in the attacker's car. So why did Crooks do it? Why did he try to assassinate Donald Trump? So far, little is known about his intentions. Reports say that he was acting alone. So was this a politically motivated attack? Again, we don't know. The full story is yet to come out. Crooks was a registered Republican. That's all that we know for now. The FBI has been combing through his social media. They haven't found anything objectionable, they say. Crooks graduated from high school 2 years ago. He was awarded for his performance in maths and science. Some of his former classmates have spoken. They have described him as an outcast.
a kid that was always alone. He was always bullied.
He was a
Every
loner
day
getting smacked
he
in
was
the
just an
head,
outcast.
and he was weird, and we didn't know nothing about him. He used to play with his balls around town. We didn't know. We said, "Hey, you're weird." we,
I
didn't,
want to
we
say
didn't
he
know
was a
nothing
loner
about
more
him.
because he was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like he was bullied so much, so much.
So the investigators now have their task cut out. They still have to figure out the motive. Why did this 20-year-old man want to assassinate Donald Trump?
Joby was
The motive is
bullied.
not
Joby
clear.
didn't get no gun and trying to shoot nobody in the head.
Allies are already
We
blaming
just spoke about that even today on the Rhythm Scoop.
the Democrats. Since the attack on Saturday, President Joe Biden has addressed the press twice. He has condemned the attack and he's offered his support for the investigation.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence ever.
Hey,
Of course, you gotta say that.
No exceptions. We
You
can't
gotta
allow
say
this
that.
violence to be normalized.
And you know what we need to do? We need to take your guns. We can't allow. You say, "Hey, man, kick rocks and shut the hell up. You ain't getting our guns. Get out of here. Your old geriatric ass."
The political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down.
Cool it down.
Leaders from across the world have issued statements, including a rare one by Chinese President Xi Jinping. It was published by China's foreign ministry. It said the Chinese president has expressed sympathy for Donald Trump. Russia, too, has weighed in, trying to blame the current U.S. administration for this attack. Russia says the Biden government, and I'm quoting, the Biden government created the atmosphere which led to the shooting. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also condemned the attack. In a few hours from now, Donald Trump will address the Republican National Convention. He will accept the nomination of his party, the Republican Party. He will officially become their candidate.
He just won. He just won the he just won. See, he just won the election right there. So even if they try to steal it, like they stole it from him 4 years ago. Even if they try to steal it, it won't be allowed. This country will burn down to the ground because now he's a folk hero. Yeah, you better not take nothing away from my Trump. You motherfucker, no good Bidens, and you better not do nothing. We're all gonna come out with our weapons. You know how white people are. So, yeah, Donald Trump just won the election right there. All crackers sitting on the fence. Their fence sitting is over. Look at the way Trump took the shot to his skull and keeps going and had his fist. That's a man there. That's a man. He's not trying to be no transgender. That's a man with his dick out, ready to do some work. That's right, Trump.
Clearance since the attack, so you can imagine how charged and significant it will be. An air of tension hangs over the event. All eyes are on Donald Trump and his response. The convention is being held in Wisconsin. Trump supporters are mobilizing in large numbers, many of them with T-shirts like these.
Of course, I told you, they always making T-shirts up with his hand. I told you, they always got T-shirts, Joby, with his hand up. Yeah, I'm Trump. I'm Trump, Joby.
All the attention to him. All of
That's right. That's right.
It's now gone viral. This image, you can see him clenching his fist in the air with streaks of blood on his face. It's a politically powerful image that Trump will surely benefit from. The presidential election has entered a new, more dramatic phase in America.
Exactly. He's already won it. He's already won it. Joby, that's it. Yeah. Understand the white psyche, Joby. They believe in savagery and dominance and shooting and killing motherfuckers and surviving. Like, yeah, God damn it. He's a warrior. He's rocking out. He's rocking with his cock out. That's right. Hell yeah. That's what we want. We want a leader talking about power, goes and slaps a motherfucker in the head and takes over. He's rocking out with his cock out. That's right.
Savage.
Yeah, exactly. That's their culture. That's right. Trump can become president. So yeah, but that's so. I'm talking about what they want, Sanobi. I don't care about it. It's not gonna do black people any goddamn good. I'm just telling you, we don't got enough people to put his ass in office or not. So I'm just saying. What I'm talking about the culture of the country, Sanobi. You're missing my point. The culture of the country. You're dealing with why people believe in power and savagery. This turns them on. You know what I mean? People nutted like yesterday. That's why they was in that crowd. They had nut stains all on their shorts. USA! USA! Bomb 'em, motherfucker! Yeah, bomb 'em and kill. You know, they was all excited. That motherfucker almost got assassinated. As Joey just showed in this video, them motherfuckers had nutted all on themselves. Ooh, shit, yeah! Hell yeah! Shit. But understand the white psychopath, them motherfuckers in there.
Sinovia, I want to disagree with you, and that's something I've learned recently as of being in Africa. You questioning Trump if he becomes president, so what? It is effective to you as a black person. You should know that. Even for me in the continent, it's gonna be effective because the same people, fine. We don't care him becoming president. The same people control Africa, control America, control China. That is just basically what we're talking about right here. So we can't say we don't care. Well, you know this is going to be effective to us. Personally, I care. Because all this drama, if I was in the continent and caught up maybe with the good Trump image, I'll not be able to cover up all this story, like to understand all this, if it is staged, if he's trying to drive the attention to him or not. I'll be caught up in wanting to become like a Trump, that is the African mindset. I want to know. The same way we were told about Obama type of shit. It is concerning to me.
Well, I know you know this, Sanovi, exactly. I know you know all this exactly. Yeah, but they're gonna get him in there, and I think see, I don't know the play because I think Trump's gonna continue the bombings, and God, he already told you, let's finish killing all of them. So he's not gonna stop that genocide. And remember, Trump is no friend to Africa. None of them are. So you're right. White people are no friends to Africa, no matter Biden or Trump. And so he represents white power. So they're gonna want to go back into Congo and Africa and rob, steal, and kill. So that's what he represents. Understand this. Understand what he represents as far as white. That he told you these are shithole countries, and we take them over and they do the fuck we tell them to do. That's what white people believe when they call Trump. But Trump said these African countries are all shitholes and they're puppet ass morons. We go in and we take control of it. If we don't, we bomb the shit out these niggas. So it's frightening because that's his foreign policy that most people want. That's what the white people want, because they want Africa to be subjugated and kept impoverished because it benefits them globally. So, this just supports their savagery. That's all. So yeah, I know you understand it, Snow, but I'm not saying you don't. We are, Joe.
We'll set the tone for it.
I don't believe that. I don't believe he'll keep the gainers to a minimum because the people that run this planet, they want that shit. See, they want that agenda. He didn't stop the agenda when he was in charge. You might say, "Oh, this is wrong." He didn't put no stop to it when he was in power. It continued. This is getting white America over. Yeah, so I'm starting to think this is staged because this gets white America actually back into Jay's program to want to lock down the rest of Africa and the Middle East again to come up with some more of these wars. So we'll see.
We're just months away from the US election. So this shooting will have a political impact. Voters won't simply forget all this. They will be influenced by it. The question is how? How will they be influenced? Well, we can think of two ways. First is the optics. Saturday's event was caught on camera. It will add to the contrast between Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
Exactly. Joe Biden looks all retarded. Exactly. Positive. Joe Biden looks all retarded. I think I do on myself. So the contrast, like, we got a strong white man and some weak ass motherfucker talking crazy. Get rid of that. So she's right. The contrast is overwhelming. So white people believe in power. They want to understand their culture. They believe in power. Anything looking weak makes them, we believe in helping people. No, that's not who they are. That's a lie. White people they value power over anything else. So this makes them look powerful And just as she said, as a visceral uh, aspect of what they feel deep down in their soul. They're like, yeah, this looks like power, and it shows the rest of the world that we're gonna have another powerful president. And if you get out of line, we'll smack you in the head. That's what they see. Go ahead.
Sentences together. Meanwhile, his rival brushed off a gunshot. And this picture sums it up. A bloody Trump raising his fist and shouting repeatedly, you may oppose him politically, but you cannot deny that that requires courage. The Trump campaign is already cashing in on it, like we just showed you. That picture has now been put on T-shirts. Some Republicans are getting it tattooed on their bodies. So clearly, it's a defining moment of...
I told you white people like that got a tattoo on their body, Joey. Crazy.
Secondly, it's an opportunity to reach new voters.
I didn't hear that part when I was listening to this.
You see, Trump supporters are highly loyal. They will always turn up and vote for him. But his problem has been the swing voters, people who are undecided on whom to support. That's where the shooting could help Donald Trump. He can use this incident to create an aura around him of strength, courage, and statesmanship. And this kind of messaging does help. There is precedent for it. In 1981, then US President Ronald Reagan was shot at. Unlike Trump, he was seriously injured, and immediately his approval rating shot up from 60% to 68%. So Trump could be looking to replicate that. He's not lashing out on social media. Instead, he's calling for unity. He has asked Republicans and Americans to stand strong and determined. Expect more of that tonight. Trump has arrived in Milwaukee for
makes me like a strong leader. Let's come together as Americans in our power. Exactly. Makes you, don't condemn nobody. They already shot the guy in the head. He's dead. So fuck him. That's over. Let's all come together and rally around me as Americans.
I'm the party's nominee for president. Now, key part of the convention is the speech. And Donald Trump has apparently rewritten his. He's rewritten his speech. The new one will focus heavily on calls for unity, very statesmanlike. So I guess the plan is quite clear. Use the shooting to show a different side of Trump.
Be careful, jibber jabber. I gotta go to my black job too. I know you gotta go to your black job. It's hot as hell. Be careful, jibber. I gotta go to my black job too. These are all the black jobs.
Who can unite and heal America. If it clicks, voters may forget the criminal convictions and trials. For the exact impact, it's hard to quantify, really. Opinion polls in the coming days should give us some clarity on how it has helped the Trump campaign. But some political experts have made assessments already, like Dick Morris, a former Democrat strategist. He says Trump could pull 10 to 15 points ahead of Biden.
He's already won it
right now, just 2 points. It could go up to 10 to 15 points. So the shooting could effectively decide this election, which brings us to Joe Biden. How will he navigate this episode? Again, the strategy is quite clear. Biden delivered a rare speech from the Oval Office. He too called for unity. He wants to portray himself as America's healer-in-chief. But it's a tough sell. For starters, his party is split.
You don't even know what the hell is going on.
Asked Biden to step aside. 24 former lawmakers have written to the president. They're calling for an open Democratic convention. What's an open convention? What does it mean? It means that delegates can vote for whoever they want, possibly someone other than Biden. But the problem is time. The Democratic convention is slated for August 19th, and Biden remains defiant. He's planning to stay on in the race despite concerns. So let's recap where this election stands. Biden is unpopular and facing party rebellion. Meanwhile, his opponent, Donald Trump, has just survived an assassination attempt. On paper, it's a no contest. But Biden's advisors are still hopeful. They want to draw the focus to policy issues like abortion or healthcare or maybe even gun control. Trump has always rallied for gun rights. Can he still do that as a survivor of a shooting? Or will he tone down the rhetoric? All these questions will shape the election.
Some of the camera. Listen, you in America, you're not getting nobody's guns. He said, it's right. That's why you got to get more guns. I almost got my head blown off. And that means more guns. What you talking about? Better know America before you talk that
4
gun
months
right
away,
shit.
so a lot can change between now and November. Trump's speech tonight will offer us some clues, a sneak peek into how he will frame the assassination attempt. You know what America needs right now? Some CIA intervention. Just look at the state of affairs since 2020. A riot in the Capitol, an attempt to overturn elections, old men clinging onto power, and now an assassination attempt. The CIA has toppled regimes for far less. But on a serious note, what does this say about US democracy? That it's in crisis. You can't dismiss this as random violence. This is the result of deep-rooted problems like hate politics and culture wars. Just consider the issue of guns. It's a matter of life and death in the United States. Guns kill 118 Americans every day. I'll repeat that. Guns kill 118 Americans every day, yet the US doesn't crack down on gun ownership. Why? Because the issue has been politicized. And look where it got them. A gunman almost killed a US presidential candidate. The question is, why is the United States unable to address it? We can see the red flags from outside. Why can't American politicians see them? Because of two reasons. One, they're too busy looking outside. The US regularly judges other countries in the world, their human rights, their secularism, their elections. But who is judging the United States?
No one.
No one. American politicians are convinced that their country is perfect. Hence, there is no introspection. That's one reason. Now we come to the second reason. Hunger for power. Every politician is driven by this hunger, but look at the extent to which US leaders have gone. Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. In other democracies, the loser would have conceded, but not Trump. His supporters stormed the US Capitol. They tried to overturn the election result. Joe Biden's problem is different. He is clearly unfit to become president again. He keeps getting names and places wrong. Some of his own party colleagues want him to step aside. Yet what does Joe
And he's
Biden do?
talk and
Cling
he's
on
talking
to yet
about
another.
he's talking about fucking other people's wives. You fuck your wife. Like what?
4 years. So my point is quite simple. Both these leaders only care about their victory. Only care about
you know that's crazy, Joby.
Excuse me. Yeah, but this guy can't even climb stairs. I mean, he can't even climb stairs. He can't even figure out direction. How do you even have the strength to even stretch your dick? I'm sorry about that.
And apparently, this is the best that America can do. A 78-year-old who tried to overturn an election, and an 81-year-old who doesn't remember what he had for breakfast. If this isn't political decline, what is? Now, let's not
Remember what he
forget the
had for
policy issues.
remember what he had for
Abortion,
breakfast.
the most important one. Almost 24 US states have restrictions on the procedure. 24 US states deny women control over their bodies. It's one of the key election issues this time. Just imagine that. The year is 2024. But America is still debating a woman's rights over her body. Same with Trump's criminal trial. He may be guilty of the charges against him. But look at the timing. You had 4 years to prosecute Donald Trump, yet when do you convict him? In May 2024, just months before he takes on Joe Biden. When other countries do it, it's political persecution. When the US does it, it's due process, which is why Saturday's attack should not surprise anyone. It's the result of a toxic cocktail, years of divisive discourse, decades of relaxed gun laws, and a political system that breeds despair. But is there a way out? Well, the first step is acknowledgement. The US must realize that it's not a perfect democracy. It's a backsliding and flawed democracy. So stop investing time in judging others. Instead, look at yourself. The next step is political upheaval, focusing on unity instead of divisions and hate. You'll need fresh leaders for that, not politicians and businessmen who lost their wisdom teeth in the Cold War. So this shooting can be a double-edged sword. It could drag America deeper into
I even like this lady because she always has humor in her reports and she doesn't smile. I was saying if I was a director or the videographer, I'll be laughing, man. I don't think I'll be on. I can't hold the camera still for her. God damn. She has too much humor in her seriousness.
divisive politics, or it could jolt the people into action. It all depends on Trump and Biden. They have both called for unity and calm, but right now the biggest service they can do is walk away.
They're not gonna walk away, lady. You understand? America, they like. You understand? It's a declining power. They're not gonna stop what they've been doing. They don't want, and they damn sure don't give. They damn sure want to hear no fucking Indian lady. He'll tell you, shut your mouth, Indian broad. You go back to your third world country. He's gonna tell your ass. You go back to India and say that stupid shit to the Indians. We don't want to. We don't want to hear your. We don't want to hear your mouth. Shit.
So let
We
me
don't care
share
about.
this video as we get to wind up. Still under the stage.
Take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right?
Hey everybody, so my last video on this topic blew up and I needed to make a follow-up video. I want to make this very brief. There are a few things that make this very clearly staged, in my opinion.
Of course.
The first thing is that there's no blood on Trump's right hand.
When
Can you imagine if you got shot in the ear while you were grandstanding at a political rally?
Blood everywhere.
And you're telling me that Trump's not going to grab his ear with his hand?
Exactly.
We see him grab his ear in the initial moments, yet there's no blood on his hand. The second thing that tells me this is staged is how deliberately his right ear is blocked from view until he gets back up and shows the whole world his bloodied ear. I don't find this plausible, but it makes a ton of sense when you think about camera angles, stage magic, and where he was supposed to have been shot. It would have been too hard to fake this on the live feed.
Exactly. We know it's staged. We know this, but we don't know. We don't know if it's staged for the people trying to kill him or staged for Trump to look good. So he's saying it's a stage to make Trump look good. So go ahead.
His ear getting shot.
That's what I'm leaning to too.
Involved.
Because ain't no real sniper gonna miss an open shot at your fucking head. Because he was only like 400 feet away. Me at 40 feet, I'm blowing your fucking head off your neck. I'm sitting there quietly, easy rhythm. You dead. No way I can miss you because you're not a moving target. You're stationary. Your whole head is coming off your fucking neck. That's the easiest shot anybody can take in a minute. I'm blowing your whole fucking head off. You ain't got to be a great shot. When it was a perfect day, it's sunny, so you can't say it was a bad day. You couldn't see. You clean a line of sight. I'm blowing your fucking head off. So we're supposed to believe that this assassination attempt with this dude he missed, but the one of JFK 60 years ago, while he was in a moving target in a limousine, blew off JFK's head way back as a moving target. Okay. Go ahead, Joey.
Made to have that off camera. And also, as far as this misdirection goes, it seems like they very deliberately started all the clips in such a way that you can't tell that he just directed the audience's attention at the sign over at the right. This is magician-type misdirection, and it's been carefully and deliberately scrubbed from the record. All the clips start with him just moments before he gets shot. No context at all. Saying, and if you want to see something really sad, which could have very well been the cue for the shots to fire off, you want to see something very sad, somebody in the chat points out, that's neuro-linguistic programming right there. You want to see something really sad, think about how many people heard that before their favorite idol.
Yeah, because there's also, for me, there's a lot of words he was saying, before all that happened. Like if he was trying to point something, which was, of course, taking people's attention. Then he said, take a look at what happens. Then, I mean, are your words just matching? Are you an artist? Are your words sinking in with every action like that you're doing? Or this is crazy.
Got the head wound. That's what they believe anyway. Now, his excuse is that he's looking to his right and there's a sign over there. And he's indicating the sign over there to the crowd. But to me, this is the perfect cover so that they can buy some time until his ear can be bloodied up. By directing everybody's attention, misdirection, to the sign over at the right. Everybody who was filming the event turned their camera to the sign. The media cameras, which were looking straight ahead at Trump, watch very closely how he ducks and covers, very deliberately trying to hide his right ear from the camera. To me, this makes it obvious that this is choreographed ahead of time, and that the point was to not have to fake anything on live video, to not have to fake anything from the front, because they would have to fake it moving, becoming bloody, etc., etc. So I think the plan was, Trump, you look to the right, shots are going to go off, grab your ear, and then fall to the ground. Make sure that your right ear stays blocked from the cameras. And before we shoot the shots, direct everybody's attention, the classic magician's misdirection, to this big chart that we'll put up on the right side. And then the building that the shooter was on will be to the right, so that the angles can be explained away. It's just happenstance that this was all off camera, they'll say.
God, I don't know if they can do. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
So no blood on the hands. The right ear, which is the ear that was ultimately shot, apparently, was completely turned away from the main cameras. And everybody's attention was drawn away to that chart, minimizing the chance of any amateur footage. The third thing is the lack of concern about first aid or security post-shooting. There was no compression being done to his ear. He apparently didn't even touch his ear with his hand. There was no attempt to do compression. There was no attempt to bandage it or anything. He just walks out, and it's a very stark contrast in the initial moments. In the initial moments, they went way out of their way to hide his right ear. Misdirection, turning to the side. Even when he's falling to the ground, he's turned to the side, making sure to hide that right ear. He doesn't look around. He falls down, keeping that right ear hidden. I believe this was choreographed. Also, I believe if Trump was in live fire and had been shot in the head,
Exactly.
he wouldn't have acted like that.
You'd have been shot in the head. That's what I just said. That clear sight, your whole fucking head been blown off. That clear at that range, and I ain't been in the military in a while. I'll blow your whole fucking head off. Your head's coming off. Cause I know they're gonna kill me immediately because they don't know my sight. So for me doing this, I'm not gonna miss at that angle, that clear sight. You know, your whole head is getting detached from your neck. You're not surviving this. So that's one thing made me think, it's gotta be staged. You can't miss a shot. You know, he's young and he's a kid. And if you've been practicing with any rifle, that's a clear, open, easy shot. So that's what I'm saying. So we know it was staged, but was it staged for good? Staged for bad? That's the question.
Yeah. And that's the question that remains pending. And I think until then, as we get to see more investigations going on, the speech is expected to make what he's going to say. And, we'll see where, and if he's going to win the elections too, we're going to see where this is heading, because the T-shirts, the tattoos already, it's crazy. It is crazy. And that's, of course, too much attention being drawn to him. So if this is politically for him to win the election, then he already has it because the whole world, this is not just the US. Trump is trending globally right now. Like we've been updated also on our platforms, everything that is happening, regarding his updates after the shooting. So yes, the attention is there. It's already been granted. And from just a couple of things we've seen from the video I've shared, he might win this or Biden might stay. But I don't think Biden is going to stay. Biden is messing up too much. So I believe Biden
Yeah,
is.
that puppet is gone. But the new puppet, it makes you like, see, this is what they do because they save people, control both of them. So it makes like, oh, Trump is coming in with a mandate. He almost got shot. And so you're going to back his policies, and not his policies. It's the same shit over and over again. Same shit doesn't change. And so that gets you happy. You give him 3 years till you realize, damn, this shit is still fucked up. Ain't shit changed with this Trump guy. You get
See, this
disgusted.
is people on TikTok say Trump had one of them fake blood bags palmed on his hands.
Man, probably so.
He didn't even have blood on his hands, so someone did it. Because if you try look, the first, like you can hear this guy asking, when you shot, if you touch your, you should see even if it might not come up immediately, because it's something immediate. The blood might not come out immediate, but you need to have something at least to show, even if it's just something a little bit, to show the effect of it. So there's just a lot going on in that video. If you observe again, the people on the background, there's this guy with the red t-shirts with the beards on the right. He didn't move. As much as I disagree still with the gun culture being a culture there, it shouldn't. You should duck because you're scared of your life. You should try bend, seek, try wonder what's going on. Because you shook. You went for a political rally, not a war. As much as it might happen anytime. It's America, but still. So I'm gonna figure out. That was something personally very interesting to me. Seeing this weekend, and I had to talk about it. And I'm glad that most of you, of course, had something to say. Shout out to everyone who has been here. Lando says gun control means keep the guns out of the Negro possession and regulate the other hand. I agree with you on that. So if that is the direction they're trying to take, then it's a no. It is a no because the white people are going to benefit and the people are going to be left, of course, with no power still, which is not it's the black people. Because if the killings are that massive and crazy with still guns being allowed, now what if they are taken out of, they take control of it? It's gonna be crazy. Just also say that the Simpsons cartoon be telling things to come out. It's all a script, yeah. But this times it was kind of not really well predicted because the one I've seen going viral of what the prediction was supposed to be is that after that, which failed, is that he was supposed to be shot and die. He was supposed to die. So maybe it is an attempted assassination. Maybe it is all staged again. We have no answer to that. But of course, we'll figure and unfold things as days go by. And Sister Sinovia was saying that Rasta forever, later family, I can't look at the white people anymore. Well, shout out to you, Sister Sinovia. And thank you so much for tuning in. Learn to take things a little bit easy sometimes. Don't be too hard on yourself, baby girl. Don't be too hard on yourself. Some of these things we're just here to learn and also have fun, with them. Because personally, I had fun discussing this. I had fun seeing all these games, all these games, because it looks like a game. How things just happen super quick. So yeah, it's nothing too serious, so don't be too hard on yourself. From me to you. But Land also says, Sinovia, we shouldn't care, but Negro are hard to teach. You just kill you identity to organize the role. Well, I agree with both of you. But if only you can also understand what I'm trying to say, whether we care or not, we are controlled by the same people globally, okay? Like it or
Exactly.
not. So the same thing kids say, whether Trump is going to become president or not, still the same puppets they're going to put there, they're going to be used to come to Africa. And if it's going to be Trump, it's going to be more brutal. Again, same words Keith used, Africa is a shithole. You expect a man who sees Africa as shitholes, and you can even see him talking about immigration already. That's gonna be more
Exactly.
restrictions, you know. So I mean, you gotta talk about it, especially talk. We should try think about it how it's gonna be effective to your people, if not you individually. Then, so that is my argument. But anyway, that is how we're gonna wrap it up. Of course, with today's conversation, this has been the Africa Today show. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. It's been an amazing show, according to me. I've learned so much, especially about
An amazing show according to me.
according, according to me, because I've learned so much, being honest, at the beginning of the show about the BRICS, how they've been stealing resources in Africa, China as well, Brazil. Which other country did they mention? Brazil,
But
Russia.
well, if you got
Yeah.
if you got a house and it's wealthy, and you got this, imagine Africa's a house, and it's not been defended. There's a lot of people, all people just come in and steal out of that house. That's what's been happening for 500 years. You know, it's an undefended house.
Yeah.
Come and take what you want.
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be defended very soon. It's finally
And
getting
that's true.
guarded. You know, it's no
It's
longer
true.
the gate is getting fixed. So you're gonna have to say who
That's
you
true.
are before you enter here. You're gonna have to say what is your agenda, but whose house are you going? How long are you going to stay? You know, how are you related? You know,
That's
that's such
true.
kind of things. So I'm so happy, being honest, for my people. I'm proud to be passing this information every day. I'm proud to be learning
It's,
every day, and I'm proud to
it's
see
supposed to be.
Africans waking. I'm proud to see people acting despite me talking about it. That is the biggest part of it. Literally, it brings joy to me seeing that things are literally happening. You know, there's a reciprocation of my words, not just me talking about it. It's amazing to see people put in action. You know, revolution, claiming your power, your right, and everything. So yeah, much love, family. Have a good day. Your job
Well,
must be. Call me
well,
the
let me get
DC.
my. Well, let me get my last. Let me get my
Sorry.
last words. Um, my last words is that exciting time, especially in Kenya. The youth are seeing how real power works. They taken power because
Maurice.
they weren't gonna never give it to you. You see how they them taking power now crashed the Kenyan government, the damn cabinet members. They get taking power in all these bodies. So that's gonna crash the more part of the government. So it's the youth. So they learned the lesson of what power is. No more fear. Once you lose your fear, they lose their power. And so this lesson is being learned throughout Africa. So whatever, Joe, what you laughing about? What? Your mosquito wrote something crazy again? Whatever, what you laughing about? What happened?
Hey, okay. As a wrap up, hey, Joe Mosquito. Okay, sour. He's saying, yeah, he's saying Joe be the last words and the last speech. I think that's from you what he had maybe. But anyway, that's kid. I think is you're clearing his throat.
Yeah, I was clearing my throat. I had some spit in there. Calm down. Calm down, Joe Mosquito. You, you every day going to the grocery store, ass nigga. Every day he going to the grocery store
It's the
showing us
fact
his
that he
meal.
had that. It's the fact that he really had that. I'm like, okay, that's a funny one. You guys made my day. Today I've just people making me laugh. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Your mosquito ass always going to the store showing us what he's cooking for dinner. Get your ass out of here.
But yes, those are your final remarks. You're excited about Kenya. I'm
Yeah,
also
that's
happy.
it.
Yeah, tomorrow, of course, it's the day again. We're taking it back to the streets. Mandamano, shout out to the 254 people. Um, this time it's gonna be full. It's rage 10 times because the bodies that have been retried
What
is
does
making
what
more.
does mandamano mean, Joby? What does that mean? What does
Mandamano
mandamano mean?
demonstrations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mandamano. We call it Mandamano. I thought you guys already knew.
No, Joby. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
apologize. I stand
Mandamano.
corrected.
Mandamano is demonstration for me. For
So I
those who
thought,
didn't.
so I thought I would ask you, Joby. I know I'd be ridiculed. I thought you already knew. No, that's why I'm asking.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All
So
right.
anyway, much love, family. Have a beautiful day. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning
So,
in. It's been a good one. And see you guys on the rest of the shows.
shout out to Trump. Say yeah. I'm faking all the way to the White House, you bastards.
You know,
That's right.
with a fist on it, put a tattoo on it.
That's right. Kids,
Anthony, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, what happened to everybody on TikTok? They got.
Yeah, shout out to all our followers. Shout out to everyone who tapped the screen. To everyone who has been here. It's been a good one. See you guys on Wednesday, of course. Remember, this happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Africa Today show. Tuesday, catch me and Kamlesh on the network and on the radio on TikTok. That is us vibing to the culture show. Request jams, and don't be coming here whining like Joe Mosquito, because I won't listen. You know, I won't listen.
That's right. Don't be a little whiny bitch, Mosquito. When you go get your chicken sandwiches at the store, get your goddamn